Okay, so we're about to connect a simple handful of sand to the phone in your pocket and even the planes flying way up in the sky. And it all comes down to this massive, nearly $500 million investment in South Africa. So what on earth makes this sand one of the most valuable resources on the planet? Let's get into it.
$473 million. I mean, look at that number. That's the kind of money you expect to see in a national budget, not the price tag for restarting a single mining project. But that's exactly what global mining giant Rio Tinto is betting on what's hidden under the ground in South Africa.
And yeah, this brings us to the big question, doesn't it? It's a totally mind-boggling number for what, on the surface, just looks like, well, sand. So how does this humble-looking material justify a price tag that's nearly $500 million?
So where's all this cash going? Well, the money is being used to restart construction on something called the Zulti South Mineral Sands Project. You can think of it as a brand new, vital extension for a much larger operation called Richards Bay Minerals, or RBM for short.
And you can bet for South Africa, this is a huge deal. The whole project is being talked about as one of the most important new investments in the country's entire heavy mineral sands industry. It's just a massive vote of confidence in the region's resources. So, why all the fuss? Why this particular patch of earth? Well, it turns out this isn't just any old sand. These sands are packed with critical minerals that are actually getting tougher and tougher to find as older mines around the world start to run low. The first treasure buried in there is something called ilmenite. This is the main source for titanium dioxide. And if you've ever wondered what makes paint, paper, and plastics that incredibly bright, brilliant white, this is it. This is where it all starts. Next up is rutile. Now, this is also a form of titanium dioxide, but it's the super pure natural version. And that purity makes it absolutely essential for high-tech stuff, especially for creating those strong but lightweight alloys that you need for the aerospace industry. And the third key player here is zircon. Now, you might have heard of it as a gemstone, but its industrial value is all about its incredible toughness and resistance to heat. It's a real workhorse, you know? It's vital for making durable ceramics and super precise cast metal parts. So let's put it all together. You take these three minerals, pull them out of the sand, and they become the fundamental building blocks of our modern world. We're talking everything from aerospace parts and cars to that bright white paint on your walls and the durable plastics you use every day. They're literally hiding everywhere. And this really gets us to the bigger picture. I mean, why should a car factory in Germany or a paint company in the US care about one mine in South Africa? Well, because this mine provides a secret essential ingredient for the entire global industrial machine. To really get the impact, you have to understand this scale we're talking about. The main operation, Richards Bay Minerals, the one Zulti South will be feeding, is already one of the biggest of its kind on the entire planet. It's a major hub in a huge global network. And that right there is the key. This project isn't just about getting bigger, it's about lasting longer. Zulti South makes sure this global heavyweight can keep pumping out minerals, securing a stable, long-term supply for countless industries all over the world. It's all about supply chain stability. Okay, so we've seen the global angle, but let's bring it back home for a second. What does a $500 million investment like this actually mean for South Africa's economy? Well, it creates this powerful economic ripple effect. It all kicks off with local jobs and business in the region. That, in turn, leads to a steady output of minerals, which then boosts the whole country's export revenue. And ultimately, it just strengthens the entire sector's contribution to the national economy. And of course, the government is paying close attention. Officials are actually pointing to this project as a blueprint for the future. They're calling it a perfect example of how the government and major companies can work together to successfully grow the country's resource sector. So let's kind of wrap this all up. At its very core, this huge investment is really about one thing: securing the future. And not just for one company, but for an entire country and for critical industries all across the globe. What you end up with is this perfect win-win situation. For a company like Rio Tinto, it secures the raw materials they need to keep their facilities running and to stay competitive. And for South Africa, it cements the nation's role as a key global supplier. It's a truly symbiotic relationship. So there you have it. From a stretch of coastline in South Africa to the most advanced tech we use every single day, it all starts with sand. Which, leaves us with one last question to chew on. What other essential materials, the very building blocks of our world, are hiding out there, right in plain sight?